Hi everyone. This video is really just to tell you what I wrote down in the document about exam 2 and how you should kind of approach it and study for it so that you can do really well. I would say that most people think that exam 2 is the hardest. Luckily, you guys have a little bit of an advantage actually compared to other students, because a lot of times what they would get confused is all the terminology, cross-sectional study versus case control study. And so you guys have notes in front of you where if you prepare really good notes for this exam, that's probably going to help you keep a little bit more organized and maybe not mix these things up like other people would. Here's the thing. This exam will go just like if it was an in-person exam, except for you're taking it online. You only get 80 minutes. There will be a combination of matching, true and false, multiple choice. I tell you to study basically how you studied for exam 1. And you have to work alone. I will be investigating when you guys start and stop this thing. I'll be looking for unusual patterns. Make sure you're working alone in order to achieve, so that you don't get investigated for cheating. We have a lot of chapters that this covers. Well, actually only 2 chapters, chapter 6 and 7, but a lot of topics and a lot of slideshows. So those are all listed here. It goes everywhere from association and causation all the way up to intervention studies, which is just this week. Another thing you might want to know about this, just like before, you want to make sure that you know all the homework problems. You want to be able to go back and look at all your quizzes and not just understand what the answer was, but why that was the answer and why that was the correct answer. Because I change a lot of questions, like if it was true, false before, it might be a multiple choice now. The other things you really want to know is you want to be prepared for this as if it was an in-person exam. You will not finish on time if you treat it like an open book exam. You're gonna need to study. And to help you out with that, I created this study guide. But I also have set up a time during our normal class time for us to have a study session on Wednesday afternoon at 1:15. I sent you guys, I'm going to send all you guys the email link in 10 seconds. So if you want to join that, but that's really for you to ask me questions on the material and work through problems if you want to. I won't be preparing anything special for this, and it's completely optional, so whatever you want to do as far as that goes. Besides treating this like an in-person exam, where you need to come prepared with your calculator and your knowledge already under your tool belt to make sure you do well, the other thing I would say is make sure you have 80 uninterrupted minutes so that you really can focus in as if this was the testing environment that you had. I know this could be really hard, so maybe later at night, depending on when you're awake, whatever works for you guys as far as what that works. One of the things that many of the students actually have a hard time with is matching. So I'll give you an example of a case, an example of a study and describe it. And then you have to figure out what study design it is. A lot of students have a hard time with that, and it's been in 2 homeworks so far. So if you're having a hard time with that, maybe you should come into the study session on Wednesday. Beyond that, I'm looking over what I wrote to see if there's anything else I need to tell you specifically about exam 2. It'll be launched by Monday morning, so you'll have all week to do it. Granted, our review session's not till Wednesday. So if you want to wait till then, that's up to you. I tried to do it. I did it on Wednesday so that everyone could have access to it, where a lot of you said that you're doing Zoom meetings in person for a lot of your classes. So I want to make sure it was a time frame that everyone would have free in order to see all the content. Besides that, please don't send me individual email questions, because a lot of people probably have the same question as you. And so the class questions discussion board on eCampus, I check it just as quick as I check my email. And it's really helpful for everyone else to get the answer to your question too. Plus, I got a lot of emails coming a lot of different ways right now, especially because of advising happening and class signups. So I'm going to discussion boards first, and that is the quickest and best way to get your question answered about any of this content. Your answers to quiz 8 are up. You should be able to see them if you go into your attempts to see what happened wrong. And I think that's it for now. Obviously, I will answer to any questions you have coming through, and maybe I'll see some of you guys in the live Skype meeting on Wednesday as a review session. Hope you're all doing well. Bye.